A huge shift is happening, and it's not in some Wall Street skyscraper or a Silicon Valley server farm. It's happening in the brightly lit aisles of your local Walmart. The world's largest retailer, a company that serves nearly a quarter billion customers a week, is making a move that could permanently alter the course of digital money. This isn't about a new flavor of cereal or a sale on TVs. This is different. This is about rewiring the plumbing of how we buy things. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we break down the most important shifts in finance, tech, and crypto to help you understand where things are headed. And today, we're digging into a story that's much bigger than it seems. Walmart-backed fintech company OnePay is getting ready to launch cryptocurrency services, but this isn't just another company adding a pay with crypto button. It's a calculated, strategic move that puts the entire financial establishment on notice. It's a challenge to the gatekeepers of money, the big banks, the credit card giants, and it sets the stage for a battle over the future of your wallet. In this video, we're going to break down Walmart's grand strategy, expose the flaw in our current financial system that they're aiming at, and explain what this means for crypto, for traditional finance, and for the very future of how we spend and save. The fintech firm backed by Walmart, OnePay, is about to give its users a direct on-ramp to crypto. This isn't just a retail giant adding a new feature, it's a direct challenge to the financial industry's status quo. This move could change how we use digital money and help decide who controls the future of commerce. Before we get into what Walmart is doing, we have to talk about the invisible system it's pushing back against. Every time you buy something, a coffee, a car, a carton of milk, you're part of a financial system that's slow, expensive, and controlled by a few big players. It's so baked into our lives that most of us don't even notice the financial drag it puts on the economy. At the center of it all are the credit card networks, Visa, Mastercard, and their peers. Think of them as toll collectors on the commerce highway. When you swipe or tap your card, you might think your money instantly goes to the store. It doesn't. What really happens is a complicated dance between your bank, the store's bank, and the card network in the middle. For making this happen, the networks charge what's called an interchange fee. This fee is usually around 1.5% to 3.5% of every single purchase you make. That might not sound like a lot, but for a giant like Walmart, which pulls in hundreds of billions in sales, these fees add up to billions of dollars a year. Billions. That's money that isn't going to lower prices, pay employees more, or improve stores. It's going straight to the financial middlemen. And guess who ends up paying for it? You do. Merchants build that cost into the price of every item on the shelf. It's a silent tax on everything we buy that everyone pays, whether they use a credit card or not. This has been a problem Walmart has wanted to solve for decades. On top of the cost, there's the issue of speed. In an age where we can communicate instantly, it's wild that it still takes 2 to 3 business days for a merchant to actually get their money from a sale. This delay can cause huge cash flow headaches, especially for small businesses that don't have Walmart's deep pockets. And the traditional banking system often leaves people out. The unbanked and underbanked, people who don't have access to good financial services, are often stuck with predatory options like check cashing services that charge crazy fees. These are the same customers who often rely on places like Walmart. The current system isn't just inefficient. For a lot of people, it's exclusionary. For years, this was just how retail worked. The financial gatekeepers had all the power. But a new technology built on the idea of decentralization and peer-to-peer transfers has created the first real shot at changing things. That technology is cryptocurrency, and the Walmart-backed OnePay is about to leverage it on a massive scale. This isn't just an experiment. It's a plan to escape the old way of doing things and a first move in building a new, more efficient payment system. To really get this, you have to stop thinking of Walmart as just a store. Walmart is a logistics and data machine that happens to sell groceries. It's obsessed with making every single part of its business more efficient. For decades, the one thing it couldn't control was the very last step, the payment. They were stuck paying the financial toll collectors. Now they're building a bypass. The weapon of choice is a fintech platform called OnePay. Started in 2021 as a venture between Walmart and investment firm Ribbit Capital, OnePay was always meant to be more than just a payment app. The goal has been to build a financial super app, one place for banking, credit, payments, and now cryptocurrency, similar to apps like China's WeChat. By the end of 2025, OnePay plans to roll out crypto trading and custody services right in its app. Initially, it will focus on the two biggest and most established digital assets, Bitcoin, BTC, and Ethereum, ETH. This isn't some small pilot program. It's a core feature being added to an app that's already a significant player in the finance space. Here's how it works. To power the backend, OnePay has teamed up with a crypto infrastructure firm called Zerohash. Zerohash handles the tricky regulated stuff like executing trades and holding the assets. This is a smart move. It lets OnePay offer crypto services without building the entire regulatory and security system from scratch, which gets them to market way faster. Zero Hash, which recently raised over $100 million from heavyweights like Morgan Stanley and Interactive Brokers, provides the compliant plumbing to make it all work. But the real genius here isn't just buying and selling crypto, it's the bridge it builds to the real world. The OnePay app will let users seamlessly convert their Bitcoin or Ethereum into US dollars right at the point of sale. Picture this. You're at the checkout with a full cart. You open the OnePay app, see your crypto balance, tap a button to convert the exact amount you need into dollars, and instantly pay for your stuff. You could also use that to pay credit card bills managed through the app. This one feature is a game changer. It closes the gap between the digital asset world and everyday shopping. Until now, using crypto for purchases was clunky. It was a hobby for enthusiasts. OnePay is making it as simple as using a gift card. They're turning what many see as a speculative digital asset into a functional, liquid way to pay for things. Now, think about the scale. Walmart has about 150 million shoppers in the US every week. When this feature goes live, it gives all those people a potential on-ramp to the crypto economy inside an app they might already trust. That number dwarfs the user base of most major crypto exchanges. Platforms like PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, once seen as the leaders in bringing crypto to the masses, are about to face a competitor with incredible distribution power. This isn't just about offering a new service. It's about using an unmatched retail footprint to bring a new generation of consumers into a new financial ecosystem, one that OnePay is at the center of. It's a major challenge to the old guard, and OnePay with Bitcoin and Ethereum is leading the charge. For over a decade, the holy grail for crypto has been mainstream adoption. It always seemed like it was just around the corner. The biggest roadblock wasn't the tech itself, but how complicated it was to use. For the average person, crypto was intimidating, with a whole new language of private keys, seed phrases, and gas fees. It was a niche for tech-savvy investors. OnePay's move could tear down that wall. By putting crypto inside its app, it hides all the complexity. The user doesn't need to know what a blockchain is. All they see is a new option in an app from a brand they see every day. It could transform crypto from a scary, speculative thing into something boring and practical. And when a technology becomes boring, it means it's so integrated into our lives we don't even think about it anymore. It just works. That's what OnePay is trying to do here. The impact on the crypto market could be huge. What happens when you give a potential pool of 150 million people the ability to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum as easily as they send money on Venmo? Even if a small fraction of Walmart shoppers decide to put a little of their savings into these assets, it would be a wave of new capital. This wouldn't just be a temporary price bump, it could fundamentally increase the liquidity and stability of Bitcoin and Ethereum, making them more mature assets. We saw what happened when PayPal got into the market, and Walmart's scale is on another level. This creates a flywheel effect. More users buy in, which increases the value and legitimacy of crypto, which in turn encourages more people to join. But OnePay's plan goes beyond just buying. By letting users spend their crypto in-store, they're giving these assets something they've desperately needed: real-world utility. Suddenly, your Bitcoin isn't just a number on a screen. It's a gallon of milk or a new set of tires. It changes the story from pure speculation to practical use. This will also light a fire under every other major retailer. If Walmart is offering this, how long can Amazon, Target, and Costco afford not to? They'll be forced to respond, either by building their own systems or partnering with crypto platforms. This could set off a domino effect where crypto integration just becomes a normal part of modern retail. Think about the early internet. It was a complex tool for academics until companies like AOL created a simple, user-friendly on-ramp. OnePay could be the AOL moment for this new kind of financial system. It's the front door for the next 100 million users. And this makes me wonder, for those of you who've been curious about crypto but hesitant to jump in, does having this inside a familiar app change your mind? Would you be more likely to try it out if it were this easy? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to see how people outside the crypto world see this. And hey, if you're getting value from this breakdown and want to stay ahead of the curve on the biggest shifts in finance and tech, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We do deep dives like this every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming. If the first goal is to win over the mainstream, the second, more ambitious goal is to directly challenge traditional finance. This isn't just about competing with other crypto apps. It's a strategic move against the business models of the big credit card networks and banks. Let's start with the clearest targets: Visa and Mastercard. As we talked about, these companies act as toll collectors, taking a cut of almost every transaction. Their empire is built on being the essential middleman. OnePay's crypto integration is designed to build a highway that goes right around their toll booths. Think about how a payment works. When a customer uses the OnePay app at a Walmart checkout, the transaction can happen entirely within Walmart's ecosystem. The customer's digital wallet pays Walmart's account directly. The old payment rails of Visa and MasterCard, with their delays and 2-3% fees, get cut out of the loop completely. For Walmart, this is the end game. By creating this closed loop payment system, they could save billions in fees every year. This is a huge shift in the power dynamic. For the first time, a retailer has a real way to bypass the credit card giants. If this works, and if they can get enough of their 150 million weekly shoppers to use OnePay, it could pose a real threat to the card network's dominance. Why would any merchant keep paying the Visa tax if a cheaper, faster option exists? But the challenge doesn't stop there. The big banks are also in the crosshairs. OnePay's super app strategy is a direct attack on the traditional role of a bank. The app already offers high-yield savings, cards, and buy now, pay later loans. By adding crypto, they're creating a full suite of financial services that could replace a customer's main bank. Why would someone need a traditional checking account with low interest and monthly fees if OnePay offers a high-yield option? Why get a bank credit card when OnePay has one with integrated rewards? And now, why go to a separate exchange to invest in digital assets when you can do it in the same app you use for groceries? This is the definition of disintermediation. OnePay is positioning itself to be the financial hub for its users, pushing traditional banks to the side. The banks might still hold the accounts for now, but they risk losing the direct customer relationship, which is where the real value is. And this brings us to the ultimate advantage: data. By linking payments, banking, and crypto to its retail business, Walmart will have access to an incredibly rich data set. They'll know what their customers buy, how they pay, what they save, and now how they invest. This complete view of a consumer's financial life is something no bank, tech company, or crypto exchange has on its own. They can use this data to offer personalized financial products, locking users deeper into the OnePay ecosystem. This is a major power play. Walmart is using its retail strength to build a financial fortress, challenging the very foundations of the 20th century financial system. This move by OnePay is part of a bigger trend: the rise of the financial super app in the West. We've seen this model take over in Asia, with giants like WeChat Pay and Alipay, where one app handles messaging, social media, shopping, and investing. Walmart's OnePay is making one of the most serious attempts to bring that model to the US. What makes this attempt different is the regulatory environment. Recent signals from US regulators like the SEC have shown a new openness to platforms that combine multiple financial services under one compliant roof. By partnering with a regulated firm like Zerohash, OnePay is building its crypto services to align with these evolving rules. This approach gives them a huge advantage, creating a system designed to work with regulators, not against them. However, it's important for people to understand the fine print. While the OnePay app is regulated, the crypto assets themselves won't have the same protections as bank deposits. They are not covered by FDIC or SIPC insurance, which means users take on the risk of loss if something goes wrong. This is a critical trade-off for being part of this new financial world. Now let's look ahead. Launching Bitcoin and Ethereum trading is just phase one. Once the system is in place, the possibilities are huge. The next logical step could be integrating stablecoins, cryptocurrencies pegged to a currency like the US dollar. For Walmart, this could be the ultimate tool. There has been speculation that major retailers like Walmart might one day issue their own dollar stablecoin. If that were to happen, payments with that token could be even faster and cheaper, getting rid of the volatility of Bitcoin while still bypassing the card networks. That would be the final piece of the puzzle. They could also explore building on top of layer 2 scaling solutions for blockchains like Ethereum. These technologies allow for nearly instant transactions that cost just a fraction of a cent. Integrating that would make crypto payments not just an alternative, but superior to the old systems in every way. We're seeing a blueprint for a new era of retail finance. In this future, the lines between retailer, bank, and tech company are completely blurred. Your main financial relationship might not be with a bank, but with the company where you buy your groceries. Your digital assets won't be stuck on some obscure exchange. They'll be a liquid part of your daily spending power. Power in the financial world will shift from the old guards who control the payment rails to the new giants who control the customer relationship and the data. This isn't just a story about Walmart. It's a glimpse into a future where digital currency is a fundamental part of the economy. What OnePay is building is a template that others will copy and improve. We are at the very start of this transformation. So let's bring it all together. What we're seeing is much more than just a headline about a big box store getting into crypto. It's a major strategic play that challenges the financial world order. First, we talked about the problem, an expensive and slow payment system that costs everyone money and benefits a few financial gatekeepers. Second, we detailed OnePay's big move, building a super app designed to bring banking, credit, and crypto to millions of shoppers. Through a partnership with Zerohash, they've built a user-friendly on-ramp that makes using Bitcoin and Ethereum simple, bridging the gap between digital assets and real-world spending. Finally, we looked at the implications. For the crypto industry, this could be a catalyst for mainstream adoption on a scale we've never seen before. For traditional finance, it's a serious challenge. It's a direct shot at the fee models of Visa and Mastercard and a move to disintermediate banks. And for the future of money, it signals the start of the super app era in the West, where our retail and financial lives are completely connected. Walmart's OnePay has drawn a line in the sand. They are using their incredible scale to build a new financial system where they have more control. They are turning a speculative asset into a practical tool, and in doing so, are positioning themselves to become one of the most powerful financial players of the 21st century. We're not just watching a new technology get adopted, we're watching the beginning of a retail revolution, the birth of a new financial giant, and a major battle in the fight for the future of your money. And it's all starting with the company behind the biggest retail stores in the world. But that's my take. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is the key that will finally unlock mainstream crypto adoption, or is this a dangerous consolidation of power in the hands of a retail giant? Is this good for consumers, or are we just swapping one set of gatekeepers for another? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this breakdown valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives that unpack the future of finance. Thanks for watching.